beyond betrayed. They used us. They actually, during the campaign, and I don't want to make this political, but during the campaign, the elected officials from the Republican Party, they actually told us that he was not going to touch the documented people.
Trump is going to win. He's the best president down in the history of the United States. I'm a Hispanic. Latinos for Trump. He's the very best. He's going to bring us back in this economy. He's going to bring us back out of this shit pandemic. He has nothing to do with the pandemic. The whole world is now. In Europe, they don't blame nobody. This Democrat, they blame him because this. How come in Europe, Italy, Spain, they don't blame the president? Mr. Trump is going to bring us back into the economy. He's the best. Latinos for Trump.
The Latinos that voted for Trump because of the economy. I'm sorry, I tried. How's it going? ¿Cómo les va? Hold on. Like, seriously, have you made more money?
You voted for Trump. How do you feel now?
Horrible.
What did you vote for?
I voted for change, but I didn't vote for this change.
Is embarrassing and pathetic. Trump won 54% of Latino male voters this election compared to 36% in 2020. This is the same man who ran a campaign on wanting to round up Latinos. Like, do y'all really seek white validation that badly? Or does the machismo in you really stop you from voting for a woman?
Latino men for Donald Trump. Los hombres latinos por Donald Trump, para que te cuadres. Let me explain something to you and why 60% of Latino men chose the Republican Party, Nessa. Because women like you in the Democratic Party call them embarrassing just for being Christian, wanting the best for this country, for their children, wanting to be able to afford groceries in this inflation caused by the Biden and Harris administration. Latino men are becoming Republican because they are tired of the lies. They are tired of inflation ruining their savings for their families. They're traditional men. They want the best for their kids, especially immigrants. You should know this. They want the best for their children. And the Democratic Party is not the best for their children, for the economy, for our future. And the Democratic Party not only takes all their money in inflation and foreign wars and all that, but then you tell them that they're embarrassing white wannabes and all of these insults. They're tired of you and Democrats. Bye.
I don't understand. This is not what we voted for.
This is exactly what you voted for.
No, how can he do this? I've supported him through thick and thin.
We told you.
No, he promised to only deport the dangerous Latinos, not the good ones.
Oh, you dumb fucking bitch.
Why are you being so mean?
I'm being mean?
We have to fight this together.
Oh, now you want to fight together?
I didn't think it was going to turn out this way.
Haven't you been listening to all his speeches since 2016?
No, this is not the Trump I voted for.
He's exactly who you voted for.
All we want is a better economy. That's all we want. We love this country.
Oh God.
I can't believe this. My parents were Cuban refugees.
And you still voted for him.
They came here for a better and safer life.
Like every refugee, but that didn't stop you from founding Latinas for Trump, which is like the dumbest thing. It's like cockroaches for raid. You lack empathy, and you are dumb.
Latinos for Trump betrayed their own community. They believe they will be exempt from the deportations because of their proximity to whiteness. They truly believed that Trump would deport the criminals only, but not their families and long-time residents who have stayed in the US for decades are now facing deportations. So let's have a look. Please like and have the video right. Let's get into it.
Latinos for Trump. What in the hell is that supposed to mean? Hispanics for Trump. Have you lost your mind? You're 5'6", make $45,000 a year, and you get darker in the sun than I do. Do you think you're safe? When Trump says he wants to get rid of illegal immigration, do you think that he's going to distinguish between you and a person with no papers? I understand traditional values. I understand machismo. But at what point are you going to set aside your personal preferences for self-preservation? Latinos for Trump. That sounds like bugs for raid. Sheeps for wolves. Harvest for locusts. The leopard is going to eat your face. My grandma used to always tell me, some of her grandkids, she could just tell them the stove was hot. The other ones, they had to put their hands on there to figure it out for themselves. I have a feeling that over the next 4 years, these so-called Latinos for Trump, Hispanics for Trump, you're going to find out the difference between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party the hard way. My only regret is that other people who didn't want to be a part of this are going to suffer too.
Nowadays, we have in these United States 3 groups of Latinos Trump supporters. The first group is the come mierdas. These are the stuck-up huelebichos who believe that the little money they may have makes them white. The second group is the hallelujahs. These are the self-righteous rascabolas who firmly believe that their religion converts them into whiteness. And the last group are the ignorant dumbasses. These are the pendejos who believe without any historical evidence that they have always been white. If you are a Latino Trump supporter and you belong to one of these 3 groups I just mentioned, congratulations. You have been successfully trumpetized against your own people in the name of whiteness. Stay woke, mi gente.
I've been joking around about Latinos for Trump over the past few days. It's been all fun and games, but a few of you have actually asked me to explain why Latinos would vote for Trump. And that's a really good question, and there's actually a lot of reasons, so it's time to get real about Latinos for Trump. Let's begin with the conversation of class. Wealthy people tend to lean more Republican because Republicans advocate for lower taxes for the rich. So wealthier Latinos lean more towards Donald Trump. The second reason would be internalized racism and internalized xenophobia, or otherwise known as the pick-me people. The people that say, my family came here the right way, it's not that hard, why can't people just follow the laws? We're not like them, we're different. Those are the people that want to be accepted by white Americans so bad that they will openly bash their community. There's a lot of those people, and those people also tend to lean towards Donald Trump. The third and the biggest reason why I believe there's a lot of Latinos that support Trump is because our community is incredibly conservative. The Catholic and Christian church have a lot of power within our community. Conservative views when it comes to women's health and the LGBTQIA tend to dominate our community. When you put all those things together, it's not that hard to understand why so many Latinos support Trump.
54% of Latino men, according to Edison Research, voted for Trump. Let that sink in. I am beyond disgusted. As for you 54% of Latino men that did that, you hate women more than you hate yourself. You hate your mother, you hate your sisters, you hate your aunts, and you hate your own people. And I think that's a self-reflection of you just hating yourself. Because let's be honest, you are not in the dedicated tax bracket that is going to benefit from Trump. Because don't come in here and tell me that this was for the economy. And ladies, don't talk to these 54% of men. Don't give them your time of day. They are not worth your time. And as for the other percent that did vote for Harris, thank you so much for caring. Thank you for caring about women's rights. Thank you for caring about immigration. Thank you for caring. I'm disgusted with you all, the 54%.
With Trump rhetoric at the southern border of migrants, why would the Latino population support him in such a way?
Well, think about it like this. Maybe you and I always identify as a Latina, and when I do that, I always think about the fact that my parents are Cuban exiles and Mexican immigrants, right? But there is a sector of Latinos that don't want to see themselves in that way, do not want to see themselves lumped with other immigrants. So even if we think about how the Latino community has changed in the last 20, 30 years, we're talking about a community now that is a lot more Americanized and assimilated. Most of the Latino voting bloc is under the age of 50, U.S. born. I think what Trumpism does really well is when they think about that Latino voting bloc, they're betting on this one idea. And that is the fact that there are some Latinos that are so Americanized and assimilated now that they too will sort of buy into the nativism. That they too will really look at hear the words, send them back, and not at all see themselves reflected in that them.
Do you guys remember this guy, the indigenous self-hating MAGA Mexican who thinks he's white?
I'm white. I'm not a Mexican. I don't claim to be a Mexican. White. I identify as white. I ain't a Mexican. I'm an American. I was born here.
Well, I did some digging, and the results are gonna shock you. Well, not really, but check this out. Like most MAGAs, he regurgitates the same things that we always hear. That immigrants are criminals, that they need to get deported, that they're committing crimes, blah, blah, blah.
Horrendous crimes and charges. That's who y'all went up there and stood up for. Horrible. They come here, they commit crimes, they hurt us, they unalive us, and they try to run back to Mexico, wherever freaking whole country they're from.
Well, for somebody who doesn't like crimes, you sure like committing them. You heard that right. Cristino is a convicted felon. Not only is Cristino breaking into homes, but he's also manufacturing and delivering controlled substances. You know what? It's all starting to make sense now. Cristino thinks he's white. Cristino wants to assimilate because he knows he's one strike away from being deported. It all makes sense now. So remember, felon, Cristino, when you point a finger at somebody, 3 more are pointing back at you. But anyways, let me know what you guys think.
You're gonna vote for Trump in 2024.
Oh yeah.
Why?
He loves Mexicans.
What makes you say he loves Mexicans?
He talks a lot about us. He thinks a lot of us, so hey, he loves them.
So you love Trump?
Fuck yeah.
So you're gonna vote for Trump?
Yes, sir.
What about when he said most Mexicans are crossing illegally? What do you say to all that?
It's true.
Damn! Do you remember when Trump called all Mexicans rapists and murderers and criminals? Do you remember when he said all of them are that way? All of them that come across the border? And then we all were shocked when we saw so many Hispanic, Latinos, and people of different ethnicities voting for Donald Trump after hearing something like that. Well, I'm about to show you a guy who just got pulled over because he was racially profiled. Yet he voted for Donald Trump, and now he's having this aha moment that Trump sees all of them the same. And now he's regretting his vote. Watch.
Police car behind me put the lights on, so I stepped on the side, right, to let him pass through. But it didn't happen, so he just parked in front of my car, the other one parked behind me, and they just got out of the car with the guns in the hands and say, turn off the car, give me the keys, open the window. And at this point, they didn't ask me for any ID.
Because you're being racially profiled.
The officer, if I can give him the ID, but he said that just keep my hands up, not moving. After that, he told me to get out of the car, and then he put the handcuffs on me. And then he went to me and said, how did I get into this country? And if I was waiting for court or if I have any case. And he looked at his other partner like, smiling, like saying, can you believe this guy? At this point, I was with handcuffs sitting on the sidewalk. And then he took my ID and saw that it was a real ID. The other guy said, take the handcuffs off. Take the handcuffs off. I was Trump supporter. I voted for Trump.
You voted for
elections,
this.
but because I thought it was going to be the things, be pointless, like just go against criminals. Not every illegal Hispanic looking like that they will assume we are illegals. That's what they're doing now. They're just following Hispanic people looking like, because they didn't ask me for anything.
There's one thing that all Trump supporters have in common. They all think the horrible things that Trump said he was going to do would never touch them, would never happen to them. So they didn't care. They wanted to happen to somebody else. They didn't think it would happen to themselves. Surprise, surprise. All my love.
Because I've been thinking a lot about this, and I know it's going to be controversial, but I'm actually rooting for Latinas and Latinos who voted for Trump. I really am. I really hope that they get everything that they voted for, and I hope that they never forget who they voted for. So when they're waving goodbye to their undocumented partner because they got deported back, I want them to remember who they voted for. When their abuelita needs life-saving care, but there is no Medicaid because it's been slashed to the bone, I want them to remember who they voted for. When they watch their nieces and nephews struggle because birthright citizenship is gone and all of a sudden their family isn't welcome, I want them to remember who they voted for. When they have a child with special needs but there's no funding, no resources, no Department of Education, I want them to remember who they voted for. When all of a sudden their family's neighborhood is targeted with more policing instead of community support, I want them to remember who they voted for. When there's no money for your family but a whole bunch for billionaires, I want them to remember who they voted for. When environmental protections vanish and the air is so disgustingly polluted that their kids develop asthma or something similar, I want them to remember who they voted for. When discrimination increases and they are harassed incessantly because they will never be white, I want them to remember who they voted for. Call me petty, but sometimes getting exactly what you voted for is the only way to understand it.
Now, Latinos, y'all got it bad.
I will vote for Donald Trump.
Listen, man, let me tell y'all something, man.
We'll vote.
I seen a video that said everything that we have experienced in the last year and some change, right? In the last year and some change, everything we've experienced, we could rewind back to November 2024, and Latinos would still vote the same way. Because they would.
Yeah, they would.
Because they trust white people. They love hey, man, one thing I can say about a lot of our Latino brothers and sisters,
they love a conquistador.
No, they love a conquistador.
They love a conquistador.
Oh, they love it. White man's ice is cold. Muy frio.
Hey, yo.
I said frio. They like that. They like that white ice.
Yeah, they like.
How are you Latino and you vote for Donald Trump? When they say
Puerto Rico's a dump, a garbage, a trash, a this. See, the thing about Puerto Ricans is they do it to me, like to me. And if you ask me, I think I'm king of the English-speaking Puerto Ricans. I tell you the truth. And every time I go, my nephew, he was born in Puerto Rico. He says, yo, when I go over there and I'll go vacation or something, he says, yo, you went to my island. You went to my island. Mine. My island. Every Puerto Rican, that girl right there tell you, my island. They really think they own something over there, right? And the man disrespect your island. And you talk about that's your president, this and this and that, and you go vote for him. It's disgusting. The world changed on me. Where's your morals? Where's your pride? That was the conversation I had. That's all I could say. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so many different, I don't want to take it political, but it's just so many ways that this world is changing that I just don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things happen in this world where there's a horse and buggy. Like, I feel like the horse and buggy just got turned into the car, or the dial phone became a cell. I'm confused. So I sit back and I'll be like, damn, this everything weird right now. You know what I'm saying? So what I do is I just try to stay to the number. You know, the mayor is indicted. Police commissioners, and one day, like this is not crazy to you guys?
It's like an episode of Power.
Question to you though, because as like a person that like really feels like your family in Puerto Rico.
Shout out the mayor. I stand by the mayor. Gang.
Your family in Puerto Rico. That's like, this is my island, right? And
not even in Puerto Rico. Here,
wherever.
Your friend, if you went to vacation tomorrow to Puerto
They
Rico,
already like that.
Your best friend would be like, my island.
And they tell you
all
where
right,
to
well,
go.
your island is garbage according to these guys that you just voted for.
My question to you is though, right? Like, not even just with like people that are Puerto Rican, but just people in general that are from where you from, went through what you went through. You said you are like you're a hip hop politician. You're for the people. You were working on lowering the marijuana penalties with Kamala's team. You wouldn't go across the aisle and work with Trump on that because your people need that?
I personally think I will never work with Donald Trump. Just me. I don't care what the glory is, what the thing is. I don't care. You know, I've been fighting for healthcare price transparency, going to Washington for years, this, that. If he passed the law, I don't even think I could stand behind him and just be like, okay, he passed the law. I've been fighting for it for 10 years. Just my personal opinion. It is what it is.
Latinos for Trump. MAGA Latinos. Stop talking to the media. Especially if you live in South Texas, the RGV, the 956. Shut up. The New York Times, Forbes, CNN, they're not coming down here to talk to you because you sound smart. They're coming down here to talk to you because you sound stupid. You sound dumb. And they want the clickbait. Because the things you are saying leave the public saying WTF. So that is why they want to talk to you.
I woke up a little defeated today because I was reading about Donald Trump and his Supreme Court ruling and the immigrants, and whiteness in the Latino community is never going to be in the favor that they want it to be in. At the end of the day, you are going to be Latino no matter what. They don't want you. They could care less about you. And reading those comments, especially the person that said, well, if you look suspicious, you should be stopped. I clicked on their profile. Bitch, you look like a whole Aztec. Your ass is on the chopping block, Miss Thing. You think they're just gonna walk by you and not stop you because you don't look suspicious? What the fuck does looking suspicious mean? Is it because you have indigenous features? Is it because you leave your house and you're wearing Carhartt pants with paint stains on them? Is it because you're wearing a jersey that happens to be soccer from one of the teams that are in your countries? Like, what does looking suspicious mean? Also, people talk about papers. Papers. What the fuck are papers? What does that mean? You know what? Is it your driver's license? Is it your passport? Is it your residency card, your permanent residency card? Is it your birth certificate? Is it your social security number? Is it all five? I'm crashing out. I'm crashing out. Chris, keep it together, girl. I hope that all of y'all are safe with your families. Keep being kind. Keep being the person that's empathetic, because that's going to take you a very long way. Being rude, abrasive, disrespectful, condescending, and entitled is going to bring you to the pits of hell, honey, and you're going to burn. And I'm a cackle while I'm looking down below. Clock that tea.
Mass deportation was Trump's central point to his campaign. He repeated this in public, and even Kamala Harris warned that mass deportation would affect the entire communities, not just the criminals, but many ignored. Now the effect of their vote is devastating because the entire communities are now living in fear, Families are now worrying about whether the parent would come back home. Many businesses are losing workers because people are afraid to go outside because of the fear of ICE, Many of them have lost their livelihoods. Children are now worried about whether their parents will be deported, It has created a fear in their own communities, but nobody is feeling sorry for them because they were warned about this, but they wanted this to happen to other people, They voted to harm others, but ended up feeling the pain. And that's why it is very important to not support policies based on hate, and division. Because when policies are implemented, they don't care who you voted for, They don't check about your party loyalty. Political loyalty is not immunity. ICE agents do not care about who you voted for, They don't check to ask that. They don't even check your party loyalty. They hear an accent, They check your name. They say your skin color, and then they deport you. And that's why it is very important, before casting a vote, listen carefully to what the candidate is saying. Don't just assume or even underestimate what they are going to do, because what they say, they mean it, and they are going to implement it. Evaluate policies based on how they are going to affect real people. You should take the election seriously, because the decisions made by the leaders you elect, they affect our families, the economy, our communities, and our future. So thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.